Welcome to Fenway Park for a day of baseball. Game one of a day-night doubleheader between the Baltimore Orioles and the Boston Red Sox. Hi again, everybody. I'm Don Orsillo, as always, joined by Jerry Remy. Welcome to Red Sox baseball. Well, the Red Sox have really kind of fallen on hard times. A tough series against the Tampa Bay Rays. Perhaps they can turn it around against the Orioles team they've done very well against.
Well, they have so far this season. They're 5-0 against Baltimore right here at Fenway Park. And, of course, this is not the Tampa Bay pitching staff. The Red Sox have had great success against the Orioles offensively. A .348 average right here at Fenway, scoring about 8 runs per game, almost 13 hits per game, 11 home runs they've scored, and a .525 on-base percentage. As I mentioned, they've won all 5 games against Baltimore. This first game, Jeremy Guthrie, he hasn't had a lot of success against the Red Sox in the past, but he's capable of giving you a very good start. So the Red Sox offense, hopefully can keep this going in this homestand in this 4-game series against the Baltimore Orioles.
Well, they'll have to do it today against Jeremy Guthrie. Guthrie, so far in the season, comes in with a record of 8-17. We're back with the first pitch from Fenway right after this. Brought to you by Cholula Hot Sauce, Sullivan Tire, and by Southwest Airlines. A beautiful day in Boston today as we play a day-night doubleheader from Fenway Park. The Red Sox welcome the Orioles to Fenway as the Red Sox take the field today on this mass mentoring day. Let's check in with the Baltimore Orioles starting lineup.
Orsillo. Hi, I'm Jamie Martinez of New Bedford, Massachusetts. This is my mentor, Joe. Leading off for the Orioles, the center fielder, Mr. Matt Engel. At shortstop, Mr. J.J. Hardy. In right field, Mr. Nick Markakis. The DH, Mr. Vladimir Guerrero. The catcher, Mr. Matt Wieters. At first base, Mr. Chris Davis. The second baseman, Mr. Robert Andino. In left field, Mr. Nolan Reinold. And batting ninth, the third baseman, Mr. Josh Bell.
Nice job as on the mound today for the Boston Red Sox is Kyle Weiland. The starting pitcher is brought to you by McDonald's. Weiland makes his 5th start. He's 0-2 with a 7.58 earned run average. He's logged 19 innings, has 6 strikeouts but 10 walks, and opponents hitting at .308 against Kyle Weiland. Thursday, a loss against Tampa Bay. We lasted 3 innings in that game, giving up 3 hits and 4 runs. He's walked 2 and struck out a batter as Weiland starts game 1 of the day-night doubleheader.
The Red Sox defense is brought to you by Jordan's Furniture. They are 4th now in the American League. Mike Aviles will be at third base. Marco Scudero, the shortstop. Dustin Pedroia at second. And Adrian Gonzalez, the first baseman. Left to right, Darnell McDonald, Jacoby Ellsbury, and Josh Reddick. And Jared Salto doing the catching for Weiland.
The umpire crew today, Mike Winters, the crew chief, will be calling the balls and strikes. Mike Estabrook at first base, Mark Wagner at second base, and Mike Everett is the umpire at third. Where available, this telecast can be heard in Spanish by selecting the SAP button on your television remote. Enjoy the game.
Buenas tardes, amigos.
Well, beautiful day here at Fenway. Blue skies above as we start at 65 degrees. Breeze in from right field at 12 miles per hour. And mostly clear is the forecast for today and tonight. So an important day-night doubleheader for the Red Sox, and it is certainly timely for the Red Sox to have two games in one day. And always tough to sweep a day-night doubleheader, but the Red Sox certainly would love to do that. There's Kyle Weiland ready to work, and the first pitch of the ball game is in there for strike one. We're underway. Matt Engel has been leading off for the Orioles. The absence of Brian Roberts, who really has lost the entire year for the Orioles, still with the concussion symptoms that are lingering for Brian Roberts. So it's been kind of a tough go for Buck Showalter this season in that regard. He's without Adam Jones right now. He's got a hand problem. But the Orioles are 29 games back of the Yankees in the East. But they would love to play spoiler, no doubt about that, coming in here to Fenway Park. There's the breaking ball, misses outside, and it's 1-2 to Matt Engel.
Well, they played the Tampa Bay Rays very tough, taking 2 out of 3 against them before the Rays came to Boston.
They have won 5 of their last 6 games and playing very good baseball. They finally lost yesterday at home against the Angels to wrap up their homestand, but they've won 5 in a row prior to the loss yesterday. There is strike 3 and a good start for Kyle Weiland. 1 down.
Weiland going to the breaking ball that time. The cut fastball to pick up the strikeout against Engel.
So 1 down here in the first inning. It brings up J.J. Hardy, shortstop for the O's. As Hardy takes ball 1 inside. Hardy hitting at .264 to start the day. 27 homers, 73 runs batted in. And a swing and a miss.
He's had a very good season. 27 home runs, 73 RBIs for J.J. Hardy. And played very good defense for the Orioles at shortstop.
Well, the temperature gauge, who's hot, who's not. Vladimir Guerrero is hot at 95 degrees. Matt Wieters, J.J. Hardy, and who's not, Josh Bell, the third baseman for the Orioles, and Nick Markakis, Matt Engel. Orioles this year kind of in the middle of the pack offensively and defensively, but their biggest nemesis in 2011 has been the pitching. They are last at 4.79 earned run average as a team. That is the highest earned run average in the majors. Here's a fly ball down the left field line towards the pole, but a foul ball. Had the distance, but to the left of the pole for J.J. Hardy.
Yeah, J.J. Hardy turned around an inside fastball that time from Weiland and just missed that left field pole.
Hardy with 27 home runs on the year. Red Sox losing 2 in a row, and they dropped 3 out of 4 from the Rays in the series. A chopper foul outside of third. An important start for Kyle Weiland, who gets another one here today. His 5th of the year, overall his 6th appearance. Second consecutive start he made against the Orioles. This is his 3rd start now against Baltimore. This is popped up, sending the shortstop Scudero out. And Marco puts it away for the 2nd out.
2nd out that Weiland has got on the cut fastball, got Engel a strikeout, and now the pop-up by J.J. Hardy also on the cut fastball.
So 2 down here in the first inning. It brings up Nick Markakis at .278. 15 homers and 68 runs batted in for Nick. That's in there for strike 1. And Weiland starting against the Orioles back on the 10th of July, then the 19th of July. First two major league starts. First one went 4 innings, giving up 6 runs. Second one lasted 6 innings, giving up 3 runs. Then a start at Tampa Bay, and at home against Tampa Bay, a loss. So he's faced just 2 teams in the majors in his 5th start of his major league career. Foul tipped, and it's 1-2.
Very good changeup that time from Weiland. As a matter of fact, back-to-back changeups to Nick Markakis.
I imagine, Jerry, with every outing he has, the more comfortable he will feel.
Well, you'd have to think so at the major league level coming up here from AAA.
There's strike 3. Very good first inning from Kyle Weiland. Down in order go the Orioles. The Red Sox are coming up. Starting lineup brought to you by New England Chevy dealers on this Mass Mentoring Junior Announcer Day.
Thanks, Mr. Arcillo. Hi, I'm Kyle York of Amherst, Massachusetts, and this is my mentor, David, leading off for the Red Sox. The center fielder, Mr. Jacoby Ellsbury. At shortstop, Marco Scutero. The first baseman, Mr. Adrian Gonzalez. At second base, Dustin Pedroia. The DH, Mr. David Ortiz. Right fielder, Mr. Josh Reddick. The catcher, Jared Saltalamacchia. At third base, Mike Aviles. And batting ninth, the left fielder, Mr. Darnell McDonald.
Great job, Kyle. Kyle had to do it a couple of different times. The Red Sox starting lineup changed 35 minutes before the game as Carl Crawford was scratched with a stiff neck. So I'd bring Kyle back to do it again, and he did a great job. He had to read through all the changes, and Jerry, there were a great many changes. We had to do our own scorecard, which was a mess.
I'm just about out of whiteout.
Well, it is Jacoby Ellsbury leading it off. And a foul as it is 0-2 now to Ellsbury. On the mound today, Jeremy Guthrie. His 33rd appearance, 31st start. Comes in with a tough record of 8-17. But a 4.22 ERA. Has 125 strikeouts and 196 innings. Even amount of hits, and it's hitting at 262. He beat the Rays last time out, 7 innings, giving up 2 runs and had 10 strikeouts. So he's coming off very good outing against a very good Rays team that we just saw. Guthrie's always been one of those guys that, so you get the feeling you put him on a really good team or team that scores some runs, he could put together a very good year.
Yeah, he's always capable of throwing up that good game. There's no question about that.
This is lined into center field. Jacoby Ellsbury with a base hit to get it started in the bottom of the first inning.
Let's take a look at the Oriole defense. They are 10th in the American League. Josh Bell will be at third base. J.J. Hardy, the shortstop. Robert Andino at second. And Chris Davis, the first baseman. Left to right, Nolan Reimold, Matt Engel, and Nick Markakis. And Matt Wieters doing the catching for Guthrie.
So Ellsbury on to begin things here in the bottom of the first inning from Marco Scutero. Marco hitting at 288 on the year. 6 home runs, 49 runs batted in. As he takes strike one. Part of the restructuring of the Red Sox lineup with Crawford out with the stiff neck. Scudero originally in this game was slated to bat 7th, but in the 2 spot now. As hits it hard to third. It's picked by Bell. Doesn't know where it is. It's behind him, and everybody's going to be safe. He picks it cleanly. He might have been able to turn a double play, but instead he gets nobody, and the Red Sox have 2 on with nobody out.
That ball was a rocket by Scudero down the Bell. He just got some leather on it on the one bounce, and it just dropped out of his glove. He had no idea where it was. By the time he turns around, he's got no chance to get anybody. I would think that might go as a base hit for Marco Scudero. We'll have to see.
It is a hit, and 2 on here with nobody out. For Adrian Gonzalez, a very difficult series against Tampa Bay. Not too many series that Adrian will go hitless in, as he slaps one foul off to left out of play. He was 0 for 12 in the series against the Rays. Average down to 333. 26 homers and 111 runs batted in. Ellsbury at second, Scudero at first. Red Sox looking to get off to a fast start today. Inside, and it's 1-1.
Guthrie in his career 16 career starts against the Red Sox, 2-7 with a 4.47 ERA.
Popped up foul, backing out of play. Ball and 2 strikes to Gonzalez. Adrian happy to see the Orioles, a team that he's had much success against. 11 games of 457 average. 21 for 46 is the breakdown. Spins off the backside as Ellsbury gets back to the bag at second.
Jacoby with 37 steals on the season.
Just outside, and it's 2-2. Orioles trailing in the season series. They are just 3-8 against the Red Sox this season. Orioles 3-3 at home, and they've not won here at Fenway Park. They're 0-5 so far at Fenway. Swinging a foul tip as Gonzalez strikes out, held on to by the catcher Wieters for the first out of the first inning.
Guthrie staying away from Gonzalez. Fastball away to the outside part of the plate. The foul tip into the glove of Wieters, and Guthrie picks up his first out of the ball game.
1 out, 2 on, and here's Dustin Pedroia. 297, 20 homers, 83 runs batted in for Dustin. The original lineup, he was to bat second in his normal spot, but that's in the cleanup spot now with 1 out and 2 on. Pedroia 3 for 15 in the series against the Rays. As he takes strike one over the outside corner. Dustin against Baltimore, 325, 77 career games. He has 3 home runs this year, but 10 in his career against Baltimore. Pedroia will hit a one-hopper to short. Hardy to second for 1. On to first for 2. What appeared to be a promising inning for the Red Sox. They come away with no runs. We're scoreless after 1. Park. Etch your name into the history of America's most beloved ballpark by getting a personalized commemorative brick. A unique message will be engraved onto a brick that will be placed inside the ballpark, concourses Gate B or Gate C. You'll also receive a free replica of the brick with a custom case to proudly display in your home or office. Visit redsox.com/bricks to get your brick today. Well, they believe, and they're ready for Soxtober. Yes, right around the corner. The Red Sox hoping to be part of October, as right now the Red Sox with a 2-game lead in the wild card scenario. Scoreless as we head to the second inning, and Vladimir Guerrero takes strike one. Guerrero, the DH for the Orioles, a .293 season, 13 homers, 56 runs batted in. Chops one to Scudero at shortstop. Kind of changed direction on him. He was on the run and in time.
Mentioned Guerrero had been hot on a 6-game hitting streak right now. They lay average up to .293 on the season. With the ground ball to Marco Scudero for the first out here in the second inning.
One out in the second. Matt Wieters coming up. It's a .261, 20 homers. They had 63 runs batted in. Wieters starting to do what they expected him to do when he first arrived in the majors. And this year the power numbers of 20 home runs and 63 RBIs, more along the lines of what they thought he would be, and continues to get better every day. He's homered in 3 straight games coming in. He's an all-star this year, first career all-star appearance. Taps it foul and is still down 0-2. Chris Davis waits on deck, the former Texas Ranger. Now playing first base for the Orioles. Swing and a miss. They elevated, and Wieters chases a 93-mile-an-hour fastball. It's a third strikeout for Kyle Weiland.
And that's the most he's had in a game since starting for the Red Sox. His previous high had been 2, already 3 in this ball game with the elevated fastball right there to Wieters.
2 down, 5 in a row retired by Weiland. He retired 6 in a row in his last start. To begin the game, here's Chris Davis. Davis .256 with 5 home runs and 15 runs batted in. He was acquired from the Texas Rangers at the trade deadline. Part of the Koji Uehara deal. Davis sitting at .400 in the last 8 games. Has been hot for the Orioles. .2-0 from Weiland. That's in there for a strike. 2-1. Davis spending time at AAA Round Rock this year in the Rangers organization. Had 24 home runs. And a swing and a miss, 2-2. Always had that power possibility when he was with Texas. Had a strikeouts when he was with Texas. It's outside, surrounding the plate. Well, the Red Sox need Kyle Weiland to go deep into the game, pitch well first and foremost, but to go deep and not have to worry about the bullpen in game 1. You got about 3 games in a 24-hour period with the 2 today and then tomorrow night. Davis will ground it foul.
And of course, Bedard pitching in the ball game tomorrow night for the Red Sox. I doubt that you would see him make 100 pitches in that ball game after being off for an extended period of time.
They're not really sure what they're going to get from what it sounds like.
Right.
We'll find out tomorrow in game 3 of the series. 3-2 is a swinging a foul tip into the catcher's mitt. 4 strikeouts for Kyle Weiland. Another 1-2-3 inning. We're scoreless from the Fens. Find out. Visit Nesson.com/Nissan to vote for Boston's greatest sports moment. Presented by your New England Nissan dealers. We head to the bottom of the second inning. Scoreless from Fenway Park. David Ortiz coming up. And David, part of our key matchup, brought to you by your New England Acura dealers. He's hitting at .343 against Jeremy Guthrie. 5 doubles, 3 homers, 9 runs batted in. David leading it off in the home half of the second inning as he takes strike 1. Ortiz, Reddick, and Saltalamacchia to bat here in the second. Red Sox had the first 2 reach in the first inning but could not score. Adrian Gonzalez struck out, and then Jeremy Guthrie was able to get Dustin Pedroia to bounce into the 6-4-3 double play that ended the first inning. Missed location. A fly ball to deep center field. Back goes Angle onto the track to make the catch. Fastball supposed to be away. Ended up right out over the plate. And Ortiz gives it a ride, but he's out number 1 of the second.
Now, the breeze not as strong as it was yesterday, but still it's a breeze that's going to knock down some high fly balls. And it certainly did here, I think, with David Ortiz. Looked like it had enough to get off the wall, but not really that close. About 6-7 feet from the wall.
One out in the bottom of the second inning, and Josh Reddick takes ball 1. Reddick at .289, 7 homers, 28 runs batted in. 1 for 8 in the series against the Rays as he takes strike 1. And 2 for 11 on the homestand. The Blue Jays were here first. Yankees out to a fast start today. Curtis Granderson with his 41st home run of the year. It's the Yankees on top 2-0. The A's ticket scoreboard. Fly ball to left field. Reimold battling the sun, doesn't see it, and it's going to bounce on the warning track. He will flag it down as he loses it in the sun, and Reddick is at second base with a 1-out double.
Now, Reimold was not in the same area code as that fly ball. He looked up, he had no idea where that ball was, and it's going to fall well to his right. By the time he picks it up, it is way too late. Bounces to his right, and Reddick at second base with the double.
That has to be a helpless feeling for Nolan Reimold, as it is a double for Reddick. Safe at second, safe and secure. New York Life. 1 out Reddick at second base, and Jared Saltalamacchia the batter. Broken bat, fly ball to medium depth center. Matt Angle comes in to make the catch. Reddick bluffs, draws a throw, but there's 2 down. Red Sox baseball on Nesson is brought to you in part by Eastern Bank, the official bank of the Red Sox television network. Commitment, compassion, and love of the game. Find out what we're made of at easternbank.com. A beautiful day at Fenway Park. Red Sox and Orioles playing 2 today. 2 outs in the second inning. Reddick at second base and Mike Aviles the batter. 263, 7 homers for Aviles. 38 runs batted in. Aviles had a very good series against the Tampa Bay Rays. He was 6 for 13 in the series. Had 2 doubles, 2 homers, and 5 runs batted in. Had a chance to play on a more regular basis in the absence of Kevin Youkilis, and seems to have found his timing at the plate. And some very good pitching for the Rays, and as a result, the temperature gauge has him at 96 degrees, 6 for his last 12. Baseball Info Solutions and Bill James providing us the temperature gauge. Chop to third base. Josh Bell, a couple of steps and a low throw, but it is dug out by Chris Davis to end the inning. Done with 2 from Fenway, no score. .93.7 FM. It all begins weekday mornings at 6 across the WEI Sports Radio Network and right here on Nesson. Looks like Haverhill, Massachusetts is represented. Is taking a great shot. Now, Kyle Weiland's had quite a start to today. He's retired the first 6, 4 by way of the K. And it is Robert Andino, Nolan Reimold, and Josh Bell to bat here in the 3rd inning. Andino takes strike 1. Came over from the Florida Marlins. It's at 265, 3 homers, 27 runs batted in. He has been the replacement for Brian Roberts, who continues to battle the concussion symptoms. And again, he's been pretty much lost for the entire year. Second year now for Andino with the Orioles. Started in 16 games last year. 1-2 is on the ground to Scudero at shortstop to his left. And the sidearm toss in time. 1 down.
Right now, Kyle Weiland throwing strikes and throwing strikes with all his pitches, his fastball, his cutter, his curveball.
One out for Nolan Reimold. .235, 11 home runs, 34 runs batted in. Take strike one over the outside corner.
Good curveball again right there by Kyle Weiland. Quickly get ahead of Raimol.
Another breaking ball, and it is 1-1. That one just missing. Dealing with Nolan Raimol, called up from AAA Norfolk on May 20th. Started the year with the Tides. It's a fly ball to short left. McDonald battling the sun. Can't make the catch. And stopping at first is Raimol, and another left fielder having problems with the sun. We saw it last inning for Raimol. This time he gets on because of it and gets a base hit because McDonald can't catch his fly ball.
Now he has no idea, right there trying to block the sun with his glove. He's got the sunglasses down and just can't see it. So that goes as a base hit for Raimol.
This was Raimol last inning. He was a long way away from where the ball ended up.
We always talked on about right field being the sun field here at Fenway. Right now, at this moment, it's left field.
Josh Bell, the batter, jumps back out of the way of ball one. Bell, the third baseman for the Orioles. 179, no homers, 6 runs batted in. He's been called up 3 different times this year from AAA Norfolk. Had 19 home runs in 101 games this year at Norfolk. Tides now with the Orioles. A lot of years they were the Mets AAA affiliate. Beautiful stadium right on the water in Norfolk, Virginia. 1-1 is headed towards left center field, and McDonald can't catch that. Clanks off his glove. This time he saw it, he just didn't catch it. And stopping at third base is Raimol on. Let's see what they call this.
Now that's probably going to be an error right there. I don't think the sun had anything to do with that. That was just a drop baseball by Dono McDonald out there in left field. More of a line drive this time going to his left. He's got a beat on it, but it bounces right off the glove and right out of the glove.
A tough inning for Darnell. First the Sun, now the error. And it's second and third with 1 out. Matt Angle, leadoff hitter in their order coming up here. He struck out to lead off the first inning. So to no fault of Kyle Weiland's, all of a sudden he is in a jam. '40th pitch for Weiland of his outing, and it's down and in. Saltalamacchia with a very good play to the backhand.
Yeah, that was the hard curveball, and it took some very quick actions by Saltalamacchia behind the plate to keep that from going to the backstop.
In the air to left, we'll try it again. McDonald headed back, but this is going to carry off the scoreboard. Raimol will score from third. Bell will score from second. And 2 runs in for the Orioles, who take a 2-0 lead. So to left again, but this time off the scoreboard, and it brings in 2 runs for Baltimore.
That time there's nothing Darnell McDonald could do about this. This ball just a fastball and takes to the opposite field, up over the head of McDonald, off the scoreboard, just above his glove. And 2 runs come in for the Baltimore Orioles, so the Red Sox will play from behind again.
It has been a recurring theme during this stretch. It seems like they have been down early a lot. And the Orioles grabbed the game's first 2 runs today in the 3rd inning. J.J. Hardy coming up with Matt Angle in scoring position, and still just 1 out here in the 3rd inning. 6th game in a row that the opponent has scored first. J.J. Hardy popped out to shortstop first time up. No tap foul. Well, Kyle Weiland retired the first 7 in a row before the drop ball in left field by McDonald, losing it in the sun. And the error by McDonald and a double by Angle, and quickly the Orioles are on top here 2-0 in the third inning. So 1-1 to J.J. Hardy. Check swing grounder right side as Pedroia throws him out. Taking third is Angle with 2 down. Moves the runner over if nothing else. For every Red Sox game that goes into extra innings or the Red Sox get a save, CVS Pharmacy will donate $500 to Children's Hospital Boston. CVS Pharmacy, the official pharmacy of the Boston Red Sox. 2 down for Nick Markakis. .278 season for Markakis. He struck out looking in the first inning, 0 for 1. Take strike 1 from Kyle Weiland. There's a pop-up foul back out of play. Well, on Thursday night when it appeared Kyle Weiland was going to get out of this inning, this went through the legs of Scudero with the bat coming before the ball. He scored a run, and then Evan Longoria comes up, and it's a 3-run home run. So kind of a strange start to that outing for Weiland. Out of his control, and much like today, out of his control. The sun shining the eyes of Darnell McDonald. That leads to a 2-run inning so far. Should have been out of this inning, too. Angle at third base, 2 down in the inning. A 1-2. And he gets hit off his leg, dead ball. So Angle's got to go back to third base. Markakis will head to first, hit batsman.
Tries to snap off that curveball, and the curveball gets Markakis right off the foot, it looked like.
Well, he hit 2 Orioles in his first career start, Guerrero and Reynolds, and of course was ejected from that game. There were other things going on. He wasn't trying to hit anybody, and was ejected for the timing, really, of the hit batsman in that outing, his first outing.
Yeah, what a way to make your first outing.
Get ejected. And he was ejected. Vladimir Guerrero grounded out to shortstop in the second inning. He bats with runners at first and third and 2 down. To center field, Ellsbury on the run will get there to make the catch. The Orioles score a pair in the top of the third inning, take a 2-0 lead. gather all the information you need. Find your showroom at frankwebb.com. Last half of the third inning back at Fenway Park, 2-0. Orioles on top of the Red Sox. Darnell McDonald, Jacoby Ellsbury, and Marco Scutaro coming up here in the bottom of the third inning. Jeremy Guthrie now has a lead on top 2-0. Gave up 2 hits in the first, a double in the second inning, and now starts the third with a lead. Darnell starting the day at .214. 5 home runs, 23 runs batted in. High fly ball to deep left field, trying to atone for some of the miscues, and he does. A home run into the monster seats for Darnell McDonald. Red Sox on the board.
Well, Darnell McDonald, who is not in the starting lineup today, but put in the second lineup that was put out by the Red Sox, tomahawks a high fastball right there, one about letter high, and gets it up to the monster seats for the first run of the day for the Red Sox.
Now Jacoby Ellsbury with nobody out as he takes ball 1 outside. Hess and Hess Express, the proud sponsors of the Red Sox and the Red Sox on Nesson during the 2011 Red Sox season. Hess and Hess Express will donate $500 to Children's Hospital Boston. Fly ball to center, and there is Angle to make the catch for the first out here, the third inning. Send it down to Heidi.
Don, the Red Sox have been dealing with a rash of injuries, but I do have some good news on a couple of players. Terry Francona said Jed Lowry will play the second game of today's doubleheader. Lowry hasn't played since Tuesday after having a cortisone injection into his shoulder. Also, Clay Buchholz will throw simulated games on Tuesday and Thursday of this week. Buchholz threw a full bullpen session on Saturday. He said he threw about 75 to 80%. He felt fine. He should be able to take it up a notch tomorrow. And Eric Bedard will return to the mound for the Red Sox tomorrow. He hasn't pitched since September 3rd, so he will likely be on a limited pitch count, but getting him back into the rotation will be important for the Red Sox. Don?
All right, Heidi, thank you very much. Starting to get some guys back here that Red Sox have lost. Marco Scutaro bats with 1 out, and the base is empty. Lines one into center field, a base hit. Second time he has hit the ball hard, and his second hit of the day.
Now 2 for 2 afternoon so far for Scutaro. This line drive right back up the middle on a Guthrie fastball. Fastball out over the plate, and Scutaro into center field for the base hit.
1 out, 1 on. Adrian Gonzalez coming up. He struck out swinging in the first inning. Scutaro held on by Chris Davis at first. Here's a ground ball towards second base. Andino to second for 1, on to first for 2. And the struggles continue for Adrian Gonzalez. But Darnell McDonald with a solo home run has the Red Sox on the board. It's 2-1 Baltimore at the end of 3. Orioles on top of the Red Sox. It's great to have us with us. David Shapiro comes up every year in Mass Mentoring Day here at Fenway Park. I'm shocked to find out this is the 7th annual. That's unbelievable.
Time flies. We're getting old.
Wow, it's gone by very quickly. I remember one of the first ones we did up here at the booth, but it's great to see you here. What's going on here today?
Well, we've got 750 mentors and mentees. They're here from 50 different mentoring programs across the Commonwealth, and they're celebrating the kind of life experience that mentors and mentees get to enjoy together.
It's a program that seems to be growing leaps and bounds every year.
I think like anything, you mentioned it's the 7th year. If you stick with something, just like if you stick with a kid in a mentoring relationship, it grows and builds on itself. And so this partnership with the Red Sox has led to, almost 1,600 more people mentoring, and it just builds on itself. So it's been great.
And how do you get involved?
You can go to redsox.com/mentors and get involved in something called the Red Sox Mentoring Challenge, which allows you to step up and sign up and learn about becoming a mentor. Then they'll find a mentoring program that's near you, one that matches your interests, the age of a child you might like to mentor, and go through the process of getting matched.
I think most people probably feel like their daily lives are pretty busy. I mean, how much time does someone who is going to mentor really have to devote? Is there a limit on it or a minimum that they need to?
There is a program. I think the thing that people worry about the most is that it's sort of going to be no limits, sort of this unending relationship. And a really good mentoring program will set the boundaries of the relationship. That could be an hour a week, could be finding 4 hours a month with your mentee and his or her family. But there are a lot of different programs and models, and they usually manage your time pretty well. I mean, I have a 3- and a 6-year-old, and I mentor a 12-year-old young man that's in the back of the booth. And, you find the time. You find the time for the things you care about.
Well, Matt Wieters on here to begin the inning as Chris Davis bats, and grounds one by the mound towards Pedroia. They go to second. They get the lead runner, and that's all, as Chris Davis will reach at first base. Visiting with David Shapiro and Bill Russell, also a big part of this as well.
He's been a real catalyst for our partnership here. And back in May, when we were going to have this night, we had an event in the morning. And in addition to raising some money and having Tito there to auction off, and we raised $250,000 that day, Bill was honored with a Lifetime Achievement Award. And it was also when the statue was announced, as well as a Living Legacy Mentoring Grants program in his name, where we'll raise money and give money to create more mentoring programs and better mentoring programs in the city.
The Mass Mentoring Network services more than 23,000 kids, 180 programs in the state, and as we said, it seems to be growing more and more, and it's amazing.
It is. You've got an incredible mentoring community here. You've got from Big Brothers, Big Sisters to a mentoring partnership between a corporation and a school to a church or mosque or synagogue basement. You've got all sorts of mentoring programs and models, and mentoring is alive and well in the state of Massachusetts, and we're looking to grow that 23,000 number to 46,000 by 2013 to double the number of kids.
And what are the kids doing today at Fenway?
Yeah, today, because of you all, they read the starting lineups, and with the Red Sox, they got an experience to throw out the first pitch. There was a contest, and 3 matches were chosen. Matches from Lawrence High School sang the national anthem. They did sort of everything imaginable, which just continues to show the partnership with the Red Sox, and they're just enjoying the game. And so many of them, this is the first time to the park, first time to Boston. So it's a great opportunity.
I imagine school was a bit of an issue today for some, maybe not.
School was an issue. Yeah, school was an issue, and we left that up to each mentor and each guardian to make that decision as to whether this life experience might be worthy of missing school.
This is a learning experience.
Yes.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Now, much better weather today than the last time you were here, and certainly a tough day last time and had to be made up today. These are the kids who are singing the national anthem today. How long do they have to get ready for that?
Yeah, it's unbelievable. They get ready all year. I mean, basically, this is the 3rd year that the Lawrence High School Stand and Deliver mentoring program, which is kids from the high school matched with employees at Raytheon, have to decided to self-organize into a choir and practice. And every year, sometime around spring training, it's sort of just like the baseball season, they contact us and say, could we get the opportunity once again? We want to, organize and practice. And so they practice starting at the beginning of the year.
Are more and more companies stepping up like that and doing something company-wide?
Yeah, we have pretty good, corporate social responsibility in this state.
This is driven to deep left, and it is gone into the monster seats. A 2-run home run for Robert Andino, and the Orioles take a 4-1 lead. Go ahead, David.
Yeah, the companies in this state do a pretty great job finding ways to give back. In addition to giving money giving employees time to mentor. And I also think it's an expectation now more and more from people coming into the workforce that their company is going to help them get involved in the community. And so we see that really across the Commonwealth, companies stepping up and their employees volunteering.
Have you stayed in touch with a lot of the kids that have moved on from the mentoring program that are now adults? And it's been 7 years.
Yeah, we hear, every day we hear stories from the mentoring programs around the state of kids that are doing amazing things and kids that really had very little adult support growing up other than a mentor, a volunteer mentor who was in their life. You hear about kids who are now in the weddings of their mentors. You hear about kids, graduating college, and I meet a lot of current mentors who are giving back because they were once the mentees. So the success stories are not hard to find. They're all over the place. And it's also, it's not magic. It's what we know about humankind, which is that when people stand by each other, when adults support kids, good things happen. It's just a lot of kids don't naturally have that right away.
Well, of course, your brother Mark Shapiro had a pretty good run this year with the Cleveland Indians until recently, but pretty surprising this season.
It was an amazing 3 or 4 months, and the way they won, was so exceptional with walk-off so many times. But yeah, it was fun. The Tribe, unlike Red Sox fans, Tribe fans don't go into the year expecting to be relevant in August, even in September. So.
Here's a high fly ball to deep left field. Darnell McDonald is back looking up, and that ball is gone. Off the back of the monster seats. Back-to-back home runs for the Orioles. Nolan Reimold hits his 12th of the year, and just like that, it is 5-1 for Baltimore. Some long home runs here for the Orioles in the inning, as Reimold picks up his second hit. David Shapiro, great to see you. Thanks so much. Thanks for everything you do, too, for the mentoring program.
Appreciate you having us on and letting us talk about it.
Good luck to everything.
Thanks so much.
We'll see you next season, no doubt about it, as out comes Kurt Young to talk to Kyle Weiland. As Terry Francona jumps on the phone, and they're going to have action instantly here. This has happened very quickly to Kyle Weiland. We've seen this kind of pattern, Jerry, where he starts the game so well first time through, but it seems like second time through a much different result.
Excellent stuff his first time through. We mentioned the great cut of the curveball, and all of a sudden you've got back-to-back home runs. A ball that stays up and in right there to Andino, that he hits into the monster seats for a home run, and then Reimold on a cut fastball.
Felix Dubron is first up. Josh Bell, the batter, he reached on a error committed by Darnell McDonald last inning. Now he pops it up foul as Saltalamacchi and foul ground comes back, but he won't have a play. So nobody, one out here in the inning. 1-1 the count to Josh Bell. Ball 2-1. In there for a strike. 2-2 now to Bell. Well, Davis reached on a fielder's choice. The 2-run home run by Andino. Solo shot by Reimold. Fifth time the Orioles have gone back-to-back this season. 70th pitch. And a swing and a miss. Strikes out Bell. 5 strikeouts for Kyle Weiland. And there's 2 down in the 4th inning.
Now back to the cut fastball for Weiland to pick up the strikeout against Bell. And the Red Sox pick up 1 in the bottom of the 3rd, but 3 back for the Orioles here so far in the 4th inning.
Top of the order, Matt Engel is coming up. He struck out in the 1st inning. Doubled to drive in 2 in the 3rd inning. Lined and caught at first base. Wow, good ups there from Adrian Gonzalez. A 3-run inning for the Orioles, who take a 5-1 lead. Current member of the Red Sox was drafted in the first round by the Orioles. If I get the right guy, has had an interesting day so far. As we head to the bottom of the fourth inning, Dustin Pedroia, along with David Ortiz, Josh Reddick. Red Sox having to come from behind today as they trail by 4 runs now. The Orioles getting 2 in the third, 3 in the fourth inning. Dustin grounded into a 6-4-3 double play in the first as he takes strike 1 from Guthrie. Guthrie with 1 strikeout so far. He got Adrian Gonzalez in the first inning, but he has induced 2 double plays, 1 in the first and 1 to end the third inning. The 1-1 pitch. Curveball is lined to third and caught by Josh Bell. This lunging catch to his left for the first out of the fourth inning.
Now Josh Bell, a crossover step right here and a catch of the line drive, taking a base hit away from Dustin Pedroia. And Gonzalez making a nice play to end the bottom of the fourth inning, or the top of the fourth, excuse me, was as he leaps and takes a base hit away. A couple of nice defensive plays, the last couple of plays in this game.
David Ortiz takes strike 1. Flied out to warning track in center field. Ortiz slaps it foul, 1-2. Orioles in the shift on Ortiz, who grounds one through the shift and into right field. Nick Markakis over to play it. Big Poppy's on with a 1-out single.
Well, David Ortiz with good numbers against Guthrie. That'll continue as he picks up the base hit here. He beats the shift. A hardline drive by Andino at second base, deep second base out in the outfield. And Ortiz has the single with 1 out here in the fourth.
Well, now up to 351 in his career against Jeremy Guthrie. He gains a short lead at first as Josh Reddick takes strike 1 over the inside corner. Reddick a double in the second inning. The Red Sox are out hitting the Orioles 6-4 despite trailing on the scoreboard 5-1. 40th pitch coming up for Guthrie is an 0-1 curveball that drops in there for strike 2. Up top for ball 1, 1-2. Red Sox have had at least 1 base runner in every inning as they've got here in the fourth. Runner first, 1 out. Jared Saltalamacchia waiting on deck. The 1-2 pitch. Down and in, and it's 2-2.
Tried to go to that blind spot for a left-handed hitter that slided down and in and off the plate, but that time Reddick not biting.
Strike 3 call. Reddick can't believe it. He's incensed as he stares back to Mike Winters. The home plate umpire rings him up. Second K for Guthrie. Thought it was outside.
Pretty nasty pitch here by Guthrie. It's going to be very close to that outside corner. And the call goes Guthrie's way. Reddick none too pleased about it.
So 2 down. Ortiz at first base, and Jared Saltalamacchia coming up. Flied out to center field in the second inning. He's 0 for 1. Take strike 1 from Guthrie. Saltalamacchia had a very difficult series against Tampa Bay. Was not alone in that category, but he was 0 for 12 in the series. And just 2 for 18 now on the homestand as that just misses. And it is 1-1. Average at 240 to start the day for Saltalamacchia as he bats with Ortiz at first and 2 down. Sprayed foul. Has had a good season series against the Orioles. 5 games, got 3 home runs. Jeremy Guthrie is 32 years of age now. Broke into the big leagues with the Indians in 2004, 3 seasons in Cleveland, now in his 5th season in Baltimore. Originally a first-round pick by the Indians. Fly ball struck well to center field. Back goes Matt Angle onto the track. Leaps and can't make the catch. Off him and the wall. Ortiz trying to score from first base. He will as Saltalamacchia goes diving into third with a triple. The Red Sox pick up their second run of the day.
It looked like Angle was going to make a spectacular play out there in center field. Breaking ball down to Saltalamacchia, hits it a long way. Angle gets back to the wall, leaps, and it goes underneath his glove. By the time it's tracked down, it's going to be all the way to third base for Saltalamacchia as he drives in David Ortiz. Saltalamacchia around second base, and they head for a slide for the triple.
Ball that Matt Angle appeared should have caught. Ends up underneath his glove, and the Red Sox will take it as they get another run. It's 5-2 now, Orioles. 3 triples for Saltalamacchia. All have been right here at Fenway Park this season. Mike Aviles grounded out to third base first time up. Chopped to short. Hardy backs up, plays the hop. The throw is in time to get Mike Aviles in to end the inning. The Red Sox get their second run of the day. 5-2 Orioles on top at the end of 4. Help local families by donating $1,000 for every home run Adrian hits this season to select Habitat for Humanity affiliates in eastern Massachusetts. Fifth inning from Fenway Park, the day portion of the day-night doubleheader, as the Orioles have a 5-2 lead over the Red Sox. Thanks to enjoying Fenway Park, as the Red Sox trail by 3. With the Orioles coming to bat in the fifth. J.J. Hardy, Nick Markakis, and Vladimir Guerrero featured here in the fifth inning for the O's. Kyle Weiland misses outside, ball 1. Saw Felix Doubront warming in the pen last inning, but Weiland back out there to start the fifth. Hardy drives one to deep left center field, back towards the monster seats, and gone. Another home run, third home run of the day for the Orioles. For J.J. Hardy, his 28th home run of the year. And Baltimore takes a 6-2 lead.
Now that was a high cut fastball that time from Weiland, and J.J. Hardy with kind of a line drive home run into the monster seats. That ball just laid flat inside for him, and he jumps all over it for the home run. So 3 home runs given up by Weiland on the afternoon.
Here is Nick Markakis, 0 for 1. Hit by a pitch in the game as he takes strike 1. He struck out in the first and then hit by a pitch in the third. Pitching line brought to you by Ace Ticket. 4+ for Weiland. 5 hits, 6 runs, 5 of them earned. Walk 5 Ks, giving up 3 home runs. So a pop up from third comes Aviles into foul ground. Saltalamacchia will give way to him and makes the catch for the first out as we send it down to Heidi.
Don, the Orioles have won 4 of their last 5 games, including taking 2 of 3 from Tampa last week. Now, the Orioles have a chance to play the role of spoiler here against the Red Sox, but manager Buck Showalter doesn't see it that way.
We don't even think about that part of it. You know, it's not, you know, we're just trying to take care of our business and do well and try to present ourselves and finish strong, and that really hasn't been a topic of discussion. You know, it's not that vindictive. I don't think that's part of it. It's too much just professional pride about playing well. We got a lot of guys trying to impress and establish and finish off some good seasons in some cases, but you know, who we're playing. You know, we play Detroit next and then Boston again. And that hasn't really been a topic of conversation.
Now, the Orioles haven't won a game here at Fenway Park this year. They're 0-5 so far. Now, today's Game 1 starter Jeremy Guthrie is also winless here in Boston. He's 0-3, and the Orioles are 0-7 in all of his starts at Fenway Park. Don?
All right, Heidi, thanks very much. Well, they're off to a good start today. The Orioles on top 6-2. Guthrie through the first 4 innings.
Well, I'm buying some of that, not all of it. I think that's what, you know, I've been in that position before where I've been in a bad ball club late in the season and you get a chance to play a contender and knock off those contenders. It makes the season worth something. You know, instead of waiting for it to be over, you've got a chance to play teams that are ahead that have a chance to win. And you can make life awfully miserable for them, and that's what they're going to try to do.
No doubt, though, that there are guys who are playing individually for next season.
Absolutely. There's no question about that. But at the same time, it's more fun playing against teams that are in it than are not in it.
Well, 2 down here in the 5th inning. It's got to be somewhat of a hollow feeling, though, knowing that you're playing out the string while the other team is playing to advance. And the Orioles have been playing out the string for a long time. They are 62-89, 29 games out. And you're in a division where 4 of the 5 teams are better than 500. Blue Jays are 77-75. And then the top 3 teams, well, any one of them could be the best team in the American League of the 3 that are now fighting for the American League East, as this pitch is in the dirt.
Let's put it this way. If I was on the Baltimore Orioles, I'd rather be finishing the season off playing the Boston Red Sox and the New York Yankees than, say, Kansas City and Cleveland right now.
It's outside, 3-1. Saw the Yankees, they had a 5-0 lead. It's now 5-1. Chris Davis waiting on deck, 2 down in the inning. And a ground ball foul. Matt Wieters has struck out swinging and walked. In the dirt, and he walks again. So a 2-out walk, 2 walks given up by Weiland. Both have been Wieters. Now visit the official online shop of the Red Sox at redsox.com. Browse the largest online selection of authentic team gear, including official caps, t-shirts, jerseys, collectibles, and more. Get your team gear straight from the source. Shop redsox.com shop. Felix Dubron is coming from the pen. The pitching change from Fenway. Orioles on top, 6-2.
Performance at Foxwoods Resort Casino December 9th and 10th. Visit foxwoods.com for tickets. Foxwoods is the official resort casino of the Boston Red Sox.
6-2, Orioles on top of the Red Sox. Kyle Weiland is done after 4 2/3 innings today. Still responsible for Matt Wieters at first base. 2 down in the 5th as his call to the bullpen is brought to you by New England Ford dealers. Felix Dubron first out of the pen today for the Red Sox. Not seen Dubron since we were in Tampa Bay back on September 11th when he went an inning giving up 2 hits and a run. His 9th appearance of the year. 8.59 earned run average. No record. 7 1/3. More walks than Ks, and opponents hitting at .357 against him. Comes in with Matt Wieters at first and 2 down. A run in thanks to the home run by J.J. Hardy to start the inning. And here is Chris Davis. A swing and a miss for strike 1. Well, Davis struck out swinging in the 2nd inning, but homered in the 4th inning. His 6th home run of the year. The 0-1 pitch. The 1-1 to Chris Davis. One hopper to the backhand for Scudero in the air. He throws to second base. Pedroia covers for the force shot that ends the inning. We have played 4.5 from Fenway. The Orioles have a 6-2 lead. was drafted in the first round by the Orioles? Answer is Darnell McDonald. Drafted 26th overall in 1997 by the Orioles. Made his major league debut with Baltimore in 2004, appearing in 17 games. McDonald, the Orioles' second pick in that draft. They selected now Nationals outfielder Jason Worth, the 22nd pick. And remember, the current Red Sox was also a first-round selection that season. J.D. Drew picked second by the Phillies that year, but of course did not sign with the Phillies. And of course, J.D. is loudly booed every time he goes to Philadelphia.
Still hears about it every time he goes to Philly.
It's unbelievable. 6-2, the Orioles have the lead as we head to the bottom of the fifth. Breaking ball in there for strike one to Darnell McDonald. 1-1 the count. This is chop foul, 1-2.
The Amica Pit Zone is brought to you by Amica Insurance. Amica Insurance, it's not just how you're covered, it's how you're treated. And it was Darnell McDonald's home run back in the third inning on a fastball that was up about letter high. McDonald's 6th home run of the season.
One-two pitch down low, and it evens up now at 2-2 to Darnell McDonald. Sharply hit to short, but J.J. Hardy is there to throw out Darnell McDonald for the first out of the fifth inning. Boston Red Sox baseball on NESN is brought to you by Eastern Bank, awarded highest customer satisfaction in retail banking in the New England region 2 years in a row by J.D. Power and Associate. Find out more of what we're made of at easternbank.com. One out in the fifth inning. Jacoby Ellsbury is 1 for 2. Singled in the first, flied out to center field in the third. And takes ball one inside. Truly has been an amazing season for Jacoby. 27 home runs, 96 runs batted in. After playing just 18 games a year ago. So he sends one foul off to the left. Most home runs he had in any season was 9 back in 2008. Most RBIs he had in any season was 60, and that was in 09. Blown past both the home run total and RBI total a long time ago. Speaking of first round picks, the Red Sox first round pick, 23rd overall in 2005 for Jacoby Ellsbury. Great numbers against the O's. Marco Scutaro waits on deck. Ground ball right side at Robert Andino. And there's 2 away in the fifth inning. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Boston Red Sox. May not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Boston Red Sox. 2 down in the fifth inning. Marco Scutaro is 2 for 2 in the game. He singled in the first, singled in the third. Shadows are just now to the plate. Ball 2, 2-0. Now to Scutaro. Guthrie wants a new baseball and gets one from Mike Winters, the home plate umpire.
He wanted one so bad he didn't even catch it with his glove. He caught it with his bare hand on the throw back from the catcher.
That's a better baseball. It's in there for a strike, and it's 3-1.
Gets the ball back from the catcher and doesn't want it anymore. Bare hands it.
Guthrie on the road this season as Adrian Gonzalez waits on deck. 14 road starts. Guthrie is 4-9 with a 3.70 away from Camden Yards. Breaking ball in the dirt, and he loses Scudero. First walk given up by Guthrie of his outing. Comes with 2 outs in the 5th. Adrian Gonzalez, the batter, 0 for 2 today. Adrian struck out swinging in the first inning and bounced into a 4-6-3 double play in the 3rd. Orioles defense has turned 2 double plays in the game. Inside ball 1. Knocked down by Wieters. No advance at first base for Marco Scudero. And second straight batter now. Guthrie's been behind. He's behind here 2-0.
One of the few changeups that Guthrie had thrown this afternoon. That one bouncing in the dirt. Nice save by Wieters.
Line towards the gap in right center field, and this will get down and roll towards the triangle. Knocked down by Angle as Scudero is going to try and score. He will on a double for Adrian Gonzalez. It's now 6-3, Orioles on top.
After falling by Gonzalez, behind Gonzalez, I should say, he gets that fastball down in the zone and finds room to the left of Angle in center field. Ball dropping out of his glove, but the run was going to score anyway. So it should be a double and RBI for Gonzalez.
It is a double and an RBI, safe at second, safe and secure. New York life. So Gonzalez at second base. Red Sox trying to get something done here with 2 outs. They have 1 run in as Pedroia takes strike 1. Dustin bounced into a 6-4-3 double play in the first inning. Lined out sharply to Josh Bell at third base. Made a nice catch in the 4th inning. It takes ball 2, 2-1. Guthrie with 2 strikeouts, 1 walk. Red Sox out hitting the Orioles 8-5 despite trailing 6-3 in the game. '75th pitch is driven to deep center field. Matt Angle going back. He will not make the catch. It's over his head. Gonzalez will score. Pedroia is thinking 3 as he heads to third base, and he'll get there. It's now a 2-run game, 6-4. Red Sox with 2 outs, scoring 2 runs so far.
Angle is having some difficulties out there in center field in this ball game. This ball's hit very hard by Dustin Pedroia. Straight away center field. Angle going back like he has a chance at it. Then looks out and it hits the bottom of the wall. Once he turned and gave up on it, hit the bottom of the wall, and Pedroia in with the triple and another run for the Red Sox. So they are right back in it.
Well, Adam Jones been bothered with a hand problem, and Angle out there in center field has had a tough day today. Third triple of the year for Dustin Pedroia. Dustin picks up his 84th RBI of the season, and it's a 2-run game. Big Papi, the tying run, standing at the plate. David is flied out to the warning track in center and single to right. He'll line this down the right field line towards the pole, and it is a foul ball. Indication by the umpire. There is little to no foul ground down there, and apparently David found it. This will bring Terry Francona out to argue.
You'd have to think that baseball hit the wall out there in foul territory. There's not much room at all.
That looks fair to me.
Looked fair to me, too, on that first replay.
The first base umpire, Mike Easterbrook, is now going to check with the third base umpire and the rest of the crew. They may overturn this.
Looked like the ball went past the foul pole, didn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, it did. Hit the Scott sign. Right next to the E in the word here.
It looks like they're sticking with it. And the reaction of David Ortiz. And here's the problem, Jerry. Remember we had this early in the season. See where the line is and where the pole is. They're in different spots.
Exactly.
And if you follow the pole down into that E that it hit, it would be a foul ball. Or close, but tough to tell because the line is not lined up. So not the answer that Terry Francona wanted after the umpires got together. So David's going to have to come on back. A foul ball.
Let's take one more look at it, get a close-up look at it. Looks like it's past that yellow line and off where the E is on the here sign. As you can see, the ball then change direction and come back onto the field of play.
Should have been a fair ball, and David Ortiz, at the very least, should be at second base. A one-run game. We'll see what he does here down 0-1 as he takes a pitch outside, 1-1. They had a play here April 15th. Adam Lind. A home run ball down by that pole and that line. As the pitch outside, 2-1 to Big Papi. Action in the Red Sox pen. Alfredo Aceves had been warming up as he stops now. Breaking ball in there for a strike. Big Papi didn't like it.
That ball didn't look like a strike. Not even close. That adds to the frustration of this at bat.
80th pitch for Guthrie. There's a fly ball. Hit deep to center field. Angle going back onto the warning track to make the catch this time. That ends the inning. The Red Sox do get 2 runs and now trail by 2. Orioles on top 6-4. NESN Daily presented by Sunlight Financial. Naoko Funayama of the latest from Bruins training camp. Plus, they'll look back at the Patriots' big win over the Chargers in yesterday's home opener. All this and much more on NESN Daily tonight following Red Sox coverage only on NESN. 6-4, Orioles on top of the Red Sox. Yeah, David Ortiz, no doubt, frustrated with the entire experience and flying out to end last inning.
And hitting the ball very well towards center field again. But this ball staying in the field of play.
So a tighter affair now. It is 6-4 with Dave Magadan fired up. Outfield straight away for Robert Andino in the shadows. Yes, the shadows have encompassed the home plate area now. Mound still in the sunshine. Felix Dubron back out there. Get the final out of the fifth. As Andino takes strike one, 1-1. Bottom third of the Orioles order, Andino, Reimold, and Bell. Ground ball to first base. Gonzalez was shaded to the second base side. He'll take it to the bag himself. And Andino is the first out of the sixth inning. It's time for a game break and Tom Caron. TC. All right, Tom, thanks very much. It is 6-4. Orioles on top of the Red Sox. One out here in the sixth inning. Nolan Reimold has had a good day today. His single and a home run for the Orioles left fielder. Home run, his 12th of the year. Ground ball right side. Dustin Pedroia at second base will throw him out, and there are two outs in the sixth.
The Red Sox could certainly use a 1-2-3 inning here in the sixth inning. Momentum's on their side. They've got a couple of runs. They're back in the ball game. Get back at the plate as soon as possible.
Two down. Josh Bell coming up. Reached on an error in the third inning. Charged to Darnell McDonald in left field, and he struck out in the fourth. In there for strike 1-1. Red Sox expect Felix Dubron to be a starter at some point for them, but has been a reliever in his brief major league career. Part of the future of the Red Sox, part of the future rotation. Strike over the inside corner, and it's 1-2 now to Josh Bell.
I don't think Bell's been real happy with a couple of calls in this particular at bat.
Strike three call. As he takes with him the first strikeout for Dubron. A 1-2-3 sixth. A 6-4 Baltimore lead. Dodgers have been eliminated from the playoff race, missing the postseason for the second straight season. As a result, attendance is down. The Dodgers are playing to just under 65% capacity, and they want to know why. The Dodgers sent out a survey to season ticket holders asking if they were likely or unlikely to renew their season tickets for next season and why they may or may not. Reasons listed included the team's performance, pricing, and ownership. The Dodgers simply stated that market research is always done to provide valuable feedback from the fans. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Refreshing hard iced tea. It tastes like real iced tea. Be a little twisted.
That's been such an ownership mess out there. I mean, that has to have something to do with it and poor play on the field.
Don Mattingly's first year as the manager for the Dodgers. Here's a pop-up right side. Robert Andino in the outfield will make the catch. So Josh Reddick swinging at the first pitch, retired for the first out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Pitching line brought to you by your Boston area Lexus dealers. 5 1/3 for Guthrie, 9 hits, 4 runs, a walk, and 2 Ks. 82 pitches, has 1 out here in the 6th inning. Jared Saltalamacchia, the batter. Ground ball to J.J. Hardy on the backhand. 2 down in the 6th inning. It's time now for a look at the road ahead, brought to you by Safeco Insurance. Coming up later tonight in Game 2 of this day-night doubleheader, Ryan Mattis matched up against John Lackey. Mattis has made just 7 starts this season and comes in with an ERA of nearly 10. Lackey has 12 wins this year and is 1-0 against Baltimore, pitching 6 2/3 scoreless innings against them back on July 9th. NESN's live coverage of Game 2 begins at 6 p.m. with Red Sox first pitch. 2 outs in the 6th inning. Mike Aviles, the batter. Talking about Ryan Mattis goes tonight. He's last outing against the Yankees. He lasted just an inning and a third, giving up 5 runs. He's tied for the shortest non-injury start of his career, and he goes tonight. 1-1 tap foul. Arbor Coat exterior stain by Benjamin Moore, revolutionary waterborne stain that outperforms the best oil-based stains on the market. Find Arbor Coat at your local Benjamin Moore retailer. 1-2 pitch. Gillis thought about it, but it misses away and evens a count of 2-2. Action for the Orioles. Willie Ayer is up in the pen. Swing and a miss. Hits it by him and strikes out Aviles. So 1-2-3 6th inning, a 6-4 Baltimore lead.
Baseball is brought to you by Foxwoods Resort Casino, official resort casino of the Boston Red Sox.
Top half of the 7th inning, day portion of the day-night doubleheader at Fenway Park. Orioles had a 6-2 lead. It's now 6-4. Red Sox move on to their third pitcher of the day, Alfredo Aceves, into his 50th game of the year, 9-2 with a 2.82 earned run average. That Angle leading it off for the Orioles and shortened up, but jumps back out of the way of a pitch inside. Angle leading it off. He doubled in the 3rd inning, a 1-for-3 day. That double produced 2 runs. Ball 3-0.
Well, the Red Sox going to Aceves right here, hoping to keep the score where it is, believing they can come back from a 2-run deficit.
Michael Kadire had a 2-run home run for the Twins, get a little closer to the Yankees. There's a pitch in there for strike 1. Outfield straight away here for Matt Angle. We'll see J.J. Hardy next and Nick Markakis in the inning. Breaking ball bunted towards third base. Aviles picks and throws, and Angle trying to bunt his way on is out number 1.
That bunt right there did not fool anybody. Aviles playing in tight at third base, almost on the grass. It's a little bit too hard, and Aviles able to make the play with the glove and the hand and throw Angle out by plenty at first base.
1 out in the 7th inning. J.J. Hardy, the batter, he homered in the 5th inning. A solo shot, his 28th home run of the year. And this time, Aceves starts off ahead. Orioles have 3 home runs today. Robert Andino, 2-run shot. Nolan Reimold, a solo shot as they went back-to-back in the 4th. And then J.J. Hardy's solo home run that takes a pretty good cut. 1-2.
Good fastball there by Aceves as he goes up and in on J.J. Hardy.
Dunkin' Donuts is in its 13th year of hosting local youth groups and charitable organizations in the Dunkin' Dugout, a special seating section at Fenway Park. Thousands of children have had the chance to catch a Red Sox home game thanks to Dunkin' Donuts. Yanked up in the air, and it is 2-2. Breaking ball missing, and a full count now to J.J. Hardy. On deck, Nick Markakis. Orioles batting here in the top half of the 7th inning. Ground ball to third base, Mike Aviles. 2 down in the 7th. Immediately following game 1 of today's doubleheader, stay with us for WB Mason's extra innings with TC, Nick Cafardo, and Heidi. Get a breakdown of Kyle Weiland's outing in game 1, including his take on today's performance. Plus, we'll have the manager's perspective in the From the Press Room segment. It's all coming up right after game 1. WB Mason's extra innings live. 2 down in the 7th inning for Nick Markakis. Struck out looking in the first, hit by a pitch in the 3rd, and then he fouled out in the 5th.
And TC just doesn't show up to do the show. I mean, he's been here 2 hours prior to game 1, getting ready to do the post-game and pre-game show.
He's ready to go. This game is moving along very quickly, and Tom's ready to go. The 1-0 pitch. It's fouled straight back, 1-1.
TC coming in this morning via helicopter, arriving here about 2 hours prior to the game, just a little bit after when we got here.
Framed by Saltalamacchia, but tad inside. Swing and a miss, 2-2. Nice ball from Alfredo Aceves. Red Sox pitching, retiring 6 Orioles in a row. Markakis strikes out. Fastball up and away, and it's a 1-2-3 7th inning. 7th inning stretch from Fenway. 6-4 Orioles on top. The Coors Light freeze cam, and sun a problem early in this game in left field, no doubt. Both for Nolan Reimold and for Darnell McDonald. There's Darnell unable to make this catch. Saw it at the very last second. They dropped the baseball. And Nolan Reimold getting credit for a base hit. Frostbrewed Coors Light, world's most refreshing beer. That's Darnell McDonald, leads it off in the bottom of the 7th inning. Hit a home run in the 3rd inning off Jeremy Guthrie, and grounded out to shortstop in the 5th, a 1-for-2 day. Darnell getting the start in left field today. Takes the breaking ball for strike 1. Guthrie had a 1-2-3 6th inning on 8 pitches. Getting Reddick, Saltalamacchia, and Aviles short order. Broken bat, single into center field for Darnell McDonald to get the 7th inning started.
Curveball that time from Guthrie, and right toward the end of the batter, Darnell McDonald. But up the middle for the base hit, so the leadoff man on here in the 7th for the Red Sox in a 2-run ball game. Out comes Buck Showalter.
Well, Darnell up to 360 in the month of September. As Guthrie is only at 90 pitches, but they will make the change. Orioles on top 6-4.
WHP, the Giants are making a late push for the postseason, winning their 8th straight game yesterday and activating all-star closer Brian Wilson today. The Giants are 4 games back in the NL wildcard race. And Justin Verlander has pretty much locked up the AL Cy Young Award with his 24th win yesterday. He is the first AL pitcher with 24 wins since Frank Viola in 1988. It was also Verlander's 12th straight win to go with 244 strikeouts in 244 innings. He is one of the favorites for the AL MVP as well. Don?
All right, Heidi, thank you very much. Into the game here for the Orioles. Here's Troy Patton, his 18th appearance, 1-1, 3.20 earned run average, 21 strikeouts, 3 walks, and opponents hitting at .219 against Patton. He's one of the 12 relievers that Buck Showalter and the Orioles have in the pen. There's Jacoby Ellsbury bats here with Darnell McDonald at first base, represents the tying run. Patton getting his first major league win last Tuesday against Tampa Bay. Out of the bullpen. Strike in there, and it's 1-1. Double-barreled action. Clay Rapata and Willie Air. Air had been up the last inning, back up again.
There's so many guys out there that Buck Showalter to go left, right, probably the rest of the game.
On the ground right side, it is picked by Andino to second for 1, on to first for 2. Third double play of the game turned by the Orioles, and there's 2 outs in the 7th.
Very nice double play turned by Baltimore right here. Andino really getting rid of the ball quickly to Hardy because they know they have Ellsbury going down the line and get him by plenty at first base. Some good defense there by the Baltimore Orioles. See Darnell McDonald trying to break up that double play, but couldn't get a piece of Hardy.
2 down in the 7th inning for Marco Scudero. He's been on base 3 times today. 2 singles and a walk, and has scored a run. There's a strike, 1-1 to Marco Scudero. So that closes the book on Jeremy Guthrie as he goes 6+ innings, 10 hits, and allows 4 runs to the Red Sox. He walked 1 and struck out 3. Chance for his 9th win of the year. The bullpen can help out. There's strike 2 to Scudero. Fouled off to the right, still 1-2. Red Sox Nation, if you need medical care at Fenway Park, visit the Beth Israel Deaconess First Aid Stand behind Section 12. Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center is the official hospital of the Boston Red Sox. Visit them at bidmc.org. Adrian Gonzalez waiting on deck, 2 down in the 7th inning. On the ground, a deep third, and by the dive of Josh Bell, down to the corner where Nolan Reimold will go dig it out. But Marco Scudero's on base for the 4th time today with his 3rd hit. It's a double with 2 down.
2 singles, a walk, and now this double down the third base line. Right over the bag. It stays in fair territory, rolls all the way down to the 310. The dive right there by Bell. He can't get a glove on it. Once he gets by him, all the way down to the wall. And Scudero in scoring position with 2 outs.
Safe at second, safe and secure, New York Life. Scudero at second base, 2 down in the inning. Adrian Gonzalez, 1 for 3 today. Adrian had an RBI double his last time up. Did not go. This is Mike Everett. Two and 0. Popped up down the third baseline, headed towards the seats over his bell, but he'll have no play. Boston Red Sox baseball in Nesson is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Two outs in the seventh inning. Marco Scutaro at second base. Adrian Gonzalez batting. Red Sox down by 2. Gonzalez to the swing and a miss. 2-2.
Fooled on the slider that time from Patton. Left-handers have been doing a lot of that to Adrian Gonzalez recently.
Left-handed batters against Troy Patton, hitting at 256. There's a ground ball to first under the glove of Davis at first base. Scutaro, a little stumble around third, but he will score. And it's a one-run game. It's now 6-5. Second hit, second RBI for Adrian Gonzalez today, and it's a one-run game.
Well, they tried the slider again against Gonzalez, but this time it stays inside. And Gonzalez with the top spin ground ball gets it by Chris Davis at first base. Right underneath the glove. Scutaro, who had the 2-out double, comes around and score.
Buck Showalter out to make the change. It's now 6-5 Baltimore. Red Sox final with TC, Nick Cafardo, and Heidi. They'll have a full recap of Game 1, preview the pitching matchup in Game 2. John Lackey and Brian Mattis, plus highlights from the Yankees-Twins matinee game in the Bronx. All coming up right after the game, only on Nesson. Troy Patton is gone after 2/3 of an inning, charged with a run. He's still responsible for Gonzalez at first, as Willie Iyer, he is into the game here for the Orioles. His 14th appearance, 1-1, 3.68 earned run average. Spending time at AAA with the Oakland A's this season, as well as the Baltimore Orioles. Norfolk, as this is lined to center. Angle coming in to make the catch. That will end the inning. The Red Sox grab a run at the end of 7. It's a 1-run lead for the Orioles, 6-5. come with a lot of strings attached. Eastern Free Checking. See just how good a checking account can feel. It's been a beautiful day in Boston today. Red Sox trying to come from behind, down 6-2 in this game. Now it is 6-5. The Orioles on top. Play day baseball followed by night baseball. Day-night doubleheader from Fenway. And it's on to the 8th we go. Vladimir Guerrero leading it off to begin things in the 8th inning. Alfredo Aceves worked the 7th inning at a 1-2-3 7th. And get ready for the 8th. Guerrero, Wieters, and Davis expected in the inning. Guerrero takes a pitch inside. Did not swing that time. The league leaders are brought to you by Verizon 4G LTE. Category percentage of swings, and 8 pitches for Vladimir Guerrero. He has swung at 4 of them today. He is the leader in that category. Does not swing at the first pitch. Does the second and bloops one that Pedroia can't get. It's into right. Leadoff base hit for Vladimir Guerrero to begin the 8th.
Yeah, the only reason he didn't swing at the first pitch because it was up around his neck. The next pitch he gets is one that's when he can make contact on and just bloops one in the right field for the base hit. Big swing, little flare out to right field. This is the first pitch of the at-bat. There's no way he could swing at that one. Well, I guess with Vladimir, you probably shouldn't say there's no way.
No, he'll go after just about anything. He is aboard at first base. That is, incidentally, the 5th hit for the Orioles today. Red Sox are out hitting them 13-5 in the game. As the pitch misses down and in. In there for a strike. To Matt Wieters, who struck out in the 2nd. He walked in the 4th, walked in the 5th. Red Sox infield double play depth. Nobody out in the 8th. Down the right field line, and this is trouble as it gets in and jumps up into the seats. It's a ground rule double. And it'll be 2nd and 3rd for the Orioles. Nobody out in the 8th.
First hit of the day right there for Matt Wieters. He's walked a couple of times, struck out, and now the double. One hop, one bounce into the stands down in right field. Fastball from Aceves. And there's the bounce, and the bounce up into the stands for the ground rule double. So the Orioles with a couple of men in scoring position with nobody out.
Chris Davis is 0 for 3 in the day. He struck out in the 2nd, reached on fielder's choice in the 4th, and reached on fielder's choice in the 5th. Infield in for the Red Sox. A 1-run game right now. The Orioles trying to grab some insurance late in this contest. Davis skies one to right field. Ellsbury and Reddick running back to the infield as the wind knocks it down. And there's one down. It gets so close to the infield, no chance for Guerrero to try it. He's pushing it back in, one down.
Ball hit very high by Davis, but certainly not deep enough. And when you see momentum coming in like that on a short fly ball, no way they're going to try to score Guerrero from third base.
Kurt Young coming out, the pitching coach, with 1 out, runners at 2nd and 3rd, and they're about to deal with Robert Andino. Tonight, following Red Sox first pitch, join us for Red Sox Game Day Live, presented by Uno's with TC, Peter, and Heidi at 6:30. Have a complete recap from Game 1 of today's doubleheader and a preview. John Lackey start in Game 2. Plus, Boston Globe's Nick Cafardo will have the latest news from the Red Sox clubhouse. Live coverage for Game 2 begins at 5:30 with Monster Monday, only on NESN. Second and third, one out. Robert Andino homered in the fourth inning, a 2-run shot. His 4th home run of the year. The Orioles went back-to-back, Andino and Reimold. The infield in with one out, second and third. Andino takes strike one. Shadows have encompassed the home plate area. About halfway out to the mound now. Seven's finally ready as they go back and forth. His 0-1 pitch. He's yanked outside, 1-1 on the fastball. Robert Andino 0 for 5 with a strikeout against Aceves in the past. His home run today was off Kyle Weiland back in the 4th inning.
Never know, working this deep into the lineup, you might see a squeeze play.
Swing and a miss on the breaking ball, 1-2.
Good breaking ball there by Aceves. No contact by Andino. Aceves now working ahead in the count. And those shadows become involved. The breaking ball becomes more of a problem. Tougher to pick up and spin.
Outside, 2-2, just off the plate. Aceves wanted it.
Tried to go outside corner with that fastball to Aceves and just missed the outside corner.
Guerrero at third, Wieters at second, one out in the 8th. Strike 3 call, and Andino thought it was outside. Second strikeout for Aceves and a big one, 2 down in the 8th.
And right back to the outside part of the plate for Aceves. This time he gets it a little bit closer.
Two outs in the 8th inning, second and third. Nolan Reimold coming up. Big spot here in the game as the Orioles had second and third with nobody out. Davis flies out, Andino strikes out, and now Nolan Reimold bats. He's got a single, home run, and he is grounded out. Takes the breaking ball for strike one. One for 7 in his career against Aceves. Thirtieth pitch of the outing for Alfredo Aceves. Reimold down in the count, 0-2.
Once again, the cut fastball this time from Aceves up in the zone. No contact by Reimold. Aceves one pitch from getting out of this jam.
Strikes out as Aceves does get out of the jam. Orioles leave him at second and third. We head to the bottom of the 8th, 6-5 Baltimore. Huge strikeout for Alfredo Aceves. Sox Talk on the radio home for Boston Red Sox baseball, now on 93.7 FM. Join Dennis and Callahan weekday mornings at 6 across the WEEI Sports Radio Network, and of course right here on NESN. Well, Alfredo Sev has 2 huge strikeouts to get out of that second and third one-out jam.
First he gets Andino on a fastball away. And then he gets Reimold on a fastball. And Sev is all fired up as he leaves men at second and third with nobody out.
Changes for the Orioles as Adam Jones is into the game now. He's got that hand wrapped up, but he is into the game, and moving from center to left is Angle. Coming out is Nolan Reimold. David Ortiz lines out to third. They had him positioned perfectly. It's Josh Bell, the third baseman, in the shortstop spot, who makes the catch. And there's one down in the 8th.
Frustrating day for David Ortiz right now. A line shot, but right at the third baseman, Josh Bell.
So 1 out in the 8th. The Orioles have a new pitcher as they bring in a left-hander. Clay Rapata into the game, his 28th appearance, 1-0, 6.14 earned run average. 14 2/3. He's had 16 strikeouts. Opponent sitting at 236 against Rapata as he takes over for Iyer in the third of an inning. Pinch hitter coming up for Josh Reddick. It'll be Ryan Lavarnway. Pinch hits in the 8th. 250, no homers, 4 runs batted in, and the pinch hitter introduced out to make the move is Buck Showalter. So 6-5, Orioles on top. Pitching change from Fenway. Globe home delivery at bostonglobe.com/sports. 6-5, Orioles on top of the Red Sox, 1 out in the bottom of the 8th inning. And Ryan Lavarnway will be coming up to face Pedro Strop, the former Texas Ranger. There's a player to be named later in the Mike Gonzalez deal. His 18th appearance of the year, 1-1 with a 2.30 earned run average. 15 2/3, get 15 Ks, 9 walks, and opponent sitting at 170 against Strop. Originally signed by the Rockies as a non-drafted free agent back in 2002. And the first 4 years of his professional career was a shortstop before converting to a pitcher in 2006. Ryan Lavarnway pinch hitting and taking a breaking ball for strike 1. Lavarnway at 250 so far in the majors. No homers and 4 runs batted in. 4 for 15 against right-handed pitching. And a swing and a miss has him down 0-2.
Back-to-back sliders from Strop to start off Lavarnway. Once again, keeping that slider down and away from LeBron Way.
Swing and a miss, and LeVarnway strikes out. It's the second out of the eighth.
Nothing but sliders. 3 straight sliders to put him away.
So Pedro Strop strikes out the first batter he faces coming into this game. More action in the pen. Zach Phillips, the left-hander, is up. Mentioned the Orioles have 12 relievers out there. So far we have seen 4 in relief of Jeremy Guthrie. Went the first 6 innings. 2 down in the eighth. Jared Saltalamacchia, 1 for 3 day. Triple in the 4th inning to knock in a run. As he takes ball 1. There's a strike, 1-1 to Saltalamacchia. Strop was closing games at AAA for the Rangers, 11 saves and 13 opportunities at AAA Round Rock and 39 total games. Falls behind 2-1. Pitched in 11 games this year for Texas in the majors. There's strike 2, 2-2.
And Saltalamacchia thought that pitch might have been a little bit low. Take a look at the Amica pitch zone right at the bottom of the strike zone.
Saltalamacchia, broken back grounder to shortstop. J.J. Hardy's throw is in time. And that will end the eighth. We head for the ninth. Baltimore on top 6-5. Well, it's on to the ninth inning at Fenway Park. Some changes defensively for the Red Sox as Darnell McDonald moves from left field to right field. As Reddick was pinch hit for and into the game in left field now is Joey Gathright. Third inning of relief coming up here for Alfredo Cevis as Josh Bell leads it off for the Orioles. Bell is 0 for 3, reached on a 2-base error in the third inning. And a strikeout in the fourth, a strikeout in the sixth. 3 strikeouts for Alfredo Cevis since coming into the game. He worked his way around a second and third, nobody out situation in the eighth. His breaking ball to Bell misses for ball 1. 32 pitches for Cevis since coming in the seventh inning. with a pop-up. Scudero from shortstop to make the catch for the first out of the ninth. Boston Red Sox baseball in Nesson is brought to you by Southwest Airlines and by your local Mazda dealer. One out in the ninth, and Matt Angle is the batter. He's doubled in the third inning, and he is 1 for 4 in the game. Knocked in 2 runs with that double in the third inning. Is high, and it is 2-0. Jim Johnson, the right-hander, up in the pen for the Orioles. 2-0 from Aceves. That's a strike, and it's 2-1.
It's Red Sox have got excellent work out of their bullpen today. Dubront and now Aceves.
Kyle Weiland is responsible for all the runs the Orioles had today. 6 runs in 4 2/3 innings. That's strike 2, 2-2. J.J. Hardy on deck, 1 out in the ninth. Looking ahead to the bottom of the ninth inning, Aviles, McDonald, and Ellsbury scheduled to bat. Works out to be 8, 9, and 1 in the Red Sox order. At the very least, dealing with a 1-run deficit. It's outside, a 1-out walk for Matt Angle. That is the first free pass served up by Aceves.
Angle has very good speed, too. 7 steals on the season and limited playing time. Only been caught 1 time.
Shortstop number 2, J.J. Hardy.
One out, 1 on for J.J. Hardy. A home run in the 5th of the 3 home runs the Orioles have here in Game 1 today. Starting to stop for Angle, and it misses for a ball. Really didn't get the jump he liked.
Aceves pretty quick to home plate.
Check on Angle, back to the bag. 1-out walk for Matt Angle. J.J. Hardy has seen 1 pitch. Took it for ball, 1-0. Don't forget, coming up immediately after the game, to stay with us for WB Mason Extra Innings Live. It's all the post-game coverage you'll need right here on Nesson. J.J. Hardy, the batter. Matt Angle gains his lead at first base with 1 out in the ninth. Red Sox trying to keep this a 1-run deficit as the pitch is in there for strike 1. Twins got within 1, but Alex Rodriguez with an RBI single as the Yankees on top now 6-4. So they play day baseball in the Bronx today. Hardy with a swing and a miss, 1-2.
Once again, that fastball up and in on Hardy. That's what the Sevens did to him last at bat.
Hardy fouls it off, stays alive here, 1-2. Nick Markakis on deck with 1 out in the 9th. On the ground and through into left field, a base hit for J.J. Hardy. A curveball that he gets a piece of and sends through the left side. First and second now with 1 down.
Has 2 hits today. The home run came on a cut fastball. This time it's the curveball from Aceves that he hits between third and short. So the Orioles with a couple of men on base here with 1 out in the 9th.
So Nick Markakis coming up with 1 out. The Orioles left runners at second and third in the 8th inning. They have 2 on here with 1 out at first and second. Baltimore's left 5 men on base today. And Nick Markakis is 0 for 3. He was also hit by a pitch. Ball 1. Kyle Weiland started today for the Red Sox, 4 2/3, giving up 6 runs. And 5 hits, walked 2, struck out 5. Felix Gibran an inning into third. No hits, no runs. Struck out a batter. Now Alfredo Aceves into his 3rd inning of relief. He's gone 2 1/3 so far. It's 1-0 to Nick Markakis. That's in there for strike 1-1.
And Scudero doing the best job that he can, keeping Angle close at second base.
Markakis hits a fly ball to center field. Jacoby Ellsbury back to make the catch in front of the warning track. Angle will tag and head to third base with now 2 down in the inning. Gets there without any trouble. So hit deep enough that he could tag up and take third, almost to the track in center. 2 down. Insurance run for the Orioles 90 feet away as Vladimir Guerrero is coming up. Guerrero is grounded out to short. He's flied out to center, grounded out to short again, and then singled to right field in the 8th inning. Left to third, throws to first, and back is Hardy. Time called out again is Saltalamacchia to reel off some signs in the infield as to what he's going to be doing here if Hardy takes off at first.
Now J.J. Hardy does not have a stolen base on the season, but if he were to go, it would be in the form of a double steal.
Guerrero taking, and it is ball 1. Big swing, and it's 1-1 as he fouls it back. Guerrero last year bouncing back, 29 home runs, 115 RBIs, a 300 average in Texas. It's only season spent in Texas. This year 13 homers, 56 RBIs. As he fouls off another, and it is 1-2. That angle at third base. J.J. Hardy at first, 2 down in the ninth.
If they're going to try the double steal, this would probably be the time, but I doubt the Red Sox will be throwing through.
Orioles 1 for 7 in this spot today. Red Sox 2 for 8. The 1-2 pitch to Guerrero. Outside, 2-2. Guerrero had 2 men on in the third inning, first and third, and he ended that inning on a fly out to center. Here's a 2-2 in the ninth, and it's popped up, foul ground. Back comes Saltalamacchia, but he will not have a play. So the battle continues with a count of 2-2. Guerrero strikes out. Aceves has had some big strikeouts in this game. We head to the bottom of the ninth. 6-5, Baltimore on top. Xfinity, Darnell McDonald with a home run back in the third inning to get the Red Sox on the board. But the Baltimore Orioles have 3 home runs in the game. Nolan Reimold with a home run as the Orioles go back-to-back in the 4th inning. Robert Andino had just hit a 2-run shot. Then Reimold hits that home run. And the Orioles are out to a 5-1 lead. Red Sox get closer, though, as Adrian Gonzalez with a single in the 7th inning to bring in the 5th Red Sox run and bring the Red Sox within a run. It is now 6-5 as we head to the bottom of the 9th inning. Jim Johnson into the game for the Orioles. Just closed and saved 2 games against the Rays last week. A league-leading 85 innings out of the pen. This ground ball up the middle. Hardy with a nice pick. Spins and fires and retires. Mike Aviles, nice range from J.J. Hardy for the first out of the 9th.
He's had a nice day there at shortstop for the Baltimore Orioles. That was a nice play, taking a base hit away from Aviles. Going to his left, spinning, and the strong, accurate throw to first base to get the out. Mentioned on the season, J.J. Hardy only with 5 errors.
One down in the 9th. Darnell McDonald chops one to third. Josh Bell, a couple of steps in a throw, and there's 2 quick outs in the 9th inning. 3 pitches, 2 down. Reminder to stay with us for Granite City Electric Red Sox final. Complete post-game coverage coming up from Yawkey Way today between games 1 and 2. Kobe Ellsbury makes his way to the plate. A single back in the 1st inning. Since then, a fly-out, ground-out, and last time up, bounced into a 4-6-3 double play. Ellsbury takes strike 1.
Johnson basically a fastball slider pitcher.
There is strike 2, and it's 0-2 quickly to Ellsbury.
And there is that slider to the outside part of the plate.
Ellsbury's been great late, a 442 hitter in the 9th inning this season. It's a ground ball foul. Two down in the 9th, 0-2 the count to Jacoby Ellsbury. Red Sox down by a run. Jim Johnson's 0-2 is on the ground right side. Robert Andino at second base throws out Ellsbury, and the Red Sox have dropped the first game of this day-night doubleheader. And now there is only one game between the Red Sox and Rays. 1.5 with the Rays off today. 6-5, the Red Sox dropping this game here today. And Jerry, a frustrating day for the Red Sox, coming all the way back within a run.
Well, it was. They out hit the Orioles 12-8, but the problem was the home run ball off Kyle Weiland early in the ball game, and that set up some big innings for the Baltimore Orioles at that time. The Red Sox relief did a good job in this game, gave their team a chance to come back, but they couldn't against this Oriole pitching.
So the final 6-5, the Orioles down. The Red Sox stay with Ness in between games of this day-night doubleheader. With the Orioles, we'll be back with our live coverage. Game 2 tonight at 7. It's been a presentation of Ness and New England's most watched sports network. Let's send it down to the Ness Television Center. Here's Tom Caron.